Okay, hi everyone, how are you? How is everything going? I just wanted today to, incorporate in the career guidance. This is the place where I went to school, okay? And I had here, I graduated in 2004, and this is actually the bench where I graduated in, and also so this is a bench I'm sitting down. It's a bench for the class. It was class of 2004. So basically, we had students from different cultures and different backgrounds, and it was really nice. Okay, and it was a very nice school experience, and obviously changed a lot. This was around 2004, so now in 2023, so next year will be exactly 20 years. Okay, so next year it will be 20 years exactly until uh, from when I graduated from school. Okay, we graduated. It was a nice graduation. It was in the pyramids, and and obviously, one of the good things about the school, as any school that you would go to that have different cultures, international school, it has a strong career guidance office. Now, it's not the best, right? So it's a school, and school career guidances are, you know, and obviously now it's changed, but it's not the best. Okay, so you would like to have other things. But it was an excellent guidance for you to to really explore yourself and see. They had a library, and they had different options. Okay, so so right now, basically today I came to just look at the school. I usually come and walk around the track or swim, and then what's nice here is the fact that you have a kind of interactive cultures and different grades and different ages, so that's nice. Anyways, for the career guidance, I think what's nice here is now it's quiet, so the graduation finished for the school, and also not only it finished, it was I think they had like different things in the end of the year. Okay, and so there's now summer. Okay, so now in the summertime, you have different things that you can do. Okay, for your career basically. So think about as if sometimes it's nice to remember your graduation, your school years, if you're in your college or after. Maybe you can think about things that happened in the past you can remember to see how it helps you out in the future. Maybe lessons from the past. Maybe things that you never thought about existed in the past. And so, I know these connections. This happened to me. I would learn. Maybe something you had before and you developed. Okay, well, that's something good. Okay, now I can think about something else. Okay, and maybe something you thank God you forgot. Okay, and things like that. So that's what's nice. Also, what's nice is I just want to show you some things that can kind of help you out in your career. Okay, the career is something very important, and if you're in school still, so you're in your own school, so if you're in your own school, obviously you have your own ambitions, you have the year you graduate in, and obviously you can make the most out of your school and the resources you have. If you don't have a career guidance part or a counseling office in your school, you can go and find a nice center which has a library. If you do, that's great. Maybe you can make use of your library, okay, or of the resources you have around you in your neighborhood or anything else. Okay, so make sure that that you do. Okay, and I just want to spotlight on something important, is that you'll be surprised when you remember the school years, or if you're in school right now, of how you can make most of it out of your career. So some people, they like to focus on the university, and that's great. Some people, they both, and that's not wrong. Okay, some people they like to focus on, maybe it depends. Maybe I was in sports in school, and obviously you still have connections, you went to that career. Maybe, you know, you are in at the university level, and it was more linked to something at your school that they had, and so you link to it. Maybe it was the IB system, they had a course there, or something with the IB, or whatever system there was, and then you go back to it. Okay, that always happens, right? So this is normal. Right now you're a student, afterwards it's normal that you would expect that you'd come back, maybe you'd email, you would do something, that you'd go back to it. That's very normal, and that helps you out. Okay, so what's important here is that you have that kind of you know, you open up your resources and tools. So not only what's in front of you right now, maybe you're now 40, 50, maybe you're still in high school, maybe, you know, there are different cases, but or in middle school, or you're still in elementary, but still you have these different resources. Okay, so think about it for the future, or something in the past, and think about how you will go by. Okay, so for example, here we used to, in high school, this was high school section, and we used to sit down here. These are, let me just show you the lockers. Okay, these are the lockers. Okay, obviously this is one part, it's a big school, so there are more lockers inside, and they're big grades here. Here they have a recycling kind of system. When I was in high school they did, but not as today. Today obviously everywhere you have it. This is the class of 2004. Let me just make it clear. Okay. This is the class I graduated in. We used to sit down here, okay, and it was I remember they didn't do the system for it. At that time they had, I think each class has something else. Some classes, our class benches, some classes they did like a statue or something that represents them as a class for the school. So this is really really nice and important. And you know, sometimes some classes, I think they have like a peace monument. Some they had you know, these are also nice to know. So obviously you can find that this represents kind of your culture, your class, your generation may be different than the others. Okay, this is important to know, to make a kind of widespread, you know, resources and material and everything else. Okay, this is really important because know that every generation is different and everyone is different. Okay, so your school may be different than other schools. That's why you may look at things differently. Maybe not, right? Maybe, I don't know, your character, your life, the university you went to, the aspects you have in life, I don't know, your approach or whatever. Okay, from gender to your life to where you live to, it's so varied. So there's no kind of set rule, but just know that there's a lot of differences in the world, and due to different reasons. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you know, as here you have the lockers. So you know, think about your career as you have different parts of it. Okay, some parts you want to keep for you and you want to store, it's like a privacy. Other parts is for, maybe you want to throw in, it's like recycling, you get it back. Okay, other parts it's like memories, okay, for you. Other parts it's like the school environment. Okay, this is really nice because the school environment is really important. Okay, and the school environment is it shows. Now obviously no one likes to go back to school. Okay, it's just something that the school environment reminds you of, right? And that is that's something that everyone knows, and that is you know, a kind of freedom, a kind of going out of the usual life, usual routine that you have. Now school has its own routine different than the family. When sometimes when you graduate from school you feel like, oh, I went back, right? But what's nice about school is, for example, you know, it reminds you that there are some set rules. The setting has a role. Every culture has a different environment, not necessarily a country or a religion or aspect. It's a place. Okay, So the place here, for example, is different than other places. Okay, high school is different than middle school, different than elementary. So think about it also in your workplace. Okay, you'll be surprised of how much you will learn and be rich from it. Okay, sometimes it may go against you in the sense of, oh, I wish I didn't know that, right? I didn't know that in my workplace. Okay, that just, you want to forget and move on. Okay, or just change it to something else that you used to do before. Okay, if you didn't like it. Okay, so, or just if you're searching for jobs, think about every job you're applying to is different culture. There's no set culture. Okay, and at least not school, you have exams and you just apply and do an interview. Obviously there's if you're managerial level and you're old, then no, but if you're a fresh graduate, they may have a kind of test, but obviously it's better than school, right? So you have everything, and you're applying for the job, and obviously remember that in the end it's just a job that you every day you want to go to, and you're going to go for hours or for different reasons, and you'll be surprised at how much the job wants your well-being. So obviously it won't be a school. Okay, school is different than the job. Okay, and they want their employees to be kind of fresh and nice and giving the best. Okay, so obviously they won't have as much as possible. They don't want to stress you out. It's different than school basically, but it's just a nice kind of way to look at things. And obviously here you're highly independent. You have your own kind of outlook on life and everything else. Okay, so I thought today is a nice kind of theme to look at school, graduation, maybe how you can compare it or use it for your career and your search for a career. And it's a nice kind of memory. If you don't like it, then that's great. Okay, then don't. And there are other approaches we can take and talk about.